We've all been there, right? You open up your analytics, you see that traffic chart, and your stomach just plummets. It is a feeling every single site owner dreads. But what if that panic is, well, misplaced? What if you could actually turn that moment of fear into a clear path forward? Let's get into it. So there it is. Your traffic's taken a nosedive, and it probably happened right after a big announcement from Google. Your first instinct is probably to freak out, right? To start changing everything and anything. But hold on. Before you do that, you've got to understand what's actually happening under the hood. And that's exactly what we're going to break down right now. Okay, first things first. Before we can even talk about how to respond, we need to be on this same page about what a core update really is. What is this thing that can cause so much chaos? It's not as mysterious as you might think. At its heart, a core update is just Google making a huge system-wide adjustment. Think of it less like a laser-guided missile aimed at your site and more like Google adjusting the focus on its camera for the entire world. It's not about one little niche or one type of website. It's a massive shift meant to improve search results for everybody. So, what's Google even trying to do with these updates? Well, this really gets to their main goal. They are constantly getting smarter about understanding what real quality content looks like. They're getting better at figuring out what you actually want when you search, not just the keywords you typed in. They're also reshuffling the deck, giving more weight to things like real expertise and genuine helpfulness, and at the same time, actively trying to bury content that's just thin, unoriginal, or copied from somewhere else. And this brings us to what might be the single most important point of this entire conversation. Seriously, if you take one thing away from this, let it be this. A drop in traffic from a core update is not a penalty. This is a huge shift in perspective you have to make. So, the myth, the thing we all feel, is that our site did something wrong and now we're being punished. But the reality? It's a recalibration. Google has just changed the rules of the game for everyone. It's like the judges at a competition suddenly decided to score things differently. So the key here is, it's not that there's suddenly something wrong with your site, it's that Google now believes other sites are a better fit for what people are looking for. This quote really just nails it. Your site isn't being punished. It's just no longer as aligned with what Google's new, smarter system thinks is a top-tier result. It's a subtle difference in words, but it is an incredibly important one for your mindset. Okay, so we've established it's not a penalty. That brings up the next obvious question, right? Well, then why did my rankings change so much? Let's look at what's really going on during this big comparative shift. Well, it's because these updates are incredibly broad. Google isn't just looking at one or two of your pages in a vacuum. It's taking a step back and reassessing your entire website and how all of your content stacks up against everyone else in this new landscape. That's why the impact can feel so big and happen so suddenly. Let's just boil this all down. After a core update, what is that drop in rankings really trying to tell you? It is all comparative. That's the key word. Your content could still be good. It could even be great. But in Google's newly updated opinion, somebody else's content is now considered better. Maybe it provides a more complete answer, or it's just easier to use, or it offers a more original perspective. Your competition didn't necessarily get better overnight. The actual definition of better just changed. All right, enough with the theory. We get what happened and why it happened. Now for the most important part. What in the world do you do about it? Let's map out a real, productive path forward. Here it is. This is your action plan. And the idea is really simple. Stop chasing algorithms and start obsessing over user satisfaction. Ask yourself these questions. 1. Helpfulness. Are you truly 100% solving the user's problem, or do they leave your page and immediately have to go search for something else? 2. Clarity. Is it crystal clear within 3 seconds what your page is all about? 3. Originality. Does your content offer a unique perspective, or is it just rehashing what everyone else is saying? 4. Content depth. Are you matching the real intent? Someone searching for best running shoes doesn't just want a list, they want guidance. And finally, number 5, the experience. Is your site a joy to use, or is it slow, cluttered, and confusing? This is your new roadmap. And just as important is what to avoid. Don't go searching for some technical trip or a secret loophole. They almost never work long term. And please, don't start rewriting every single page in a blind panic. Be strategic. And this is a big one. Do not expect a quick fix. Often, the big improvements you make will only be fully recognized by Google during the next major core update. You have to play the long game. Let's just zoom out for a second. It can feel like you're on a treadmill, right? With a new update always looming just around the corner. But there's a really good reason for this constant cycle of change. This is the final crucial mindset shift. You have to stop seeing core updates as these scary events to be feared. Instead, start seeing them for what they are. They're signals. They are a clear signal that the bar for quality has just been raised for everyone. They're an invitation to get better. Because this is Google's mission. It will never end. They will always be trying to get better at understanding content, better at reading a user's mind, and better at finding that one perfectly helpful result. Your job isn't to fight against that mission. It's to align your entire website with it. So after all of this, it really just comes down to one question. A question you should be asking yourself not just after an update, but every single day. Are you building your site to try and please a constantly changing algorithm? Or are you building it to serve a real human being on the other side of the screen? Because in the long run, those two things are quickly becoming the exact same thing.